Ron, one thing that's pretty obvious is we're wearing a white cap. We should get the kind of a dark brown or something to wear.
Yeah, doggone, I'm gonna get that taken care of this winter. I'm gonna make a new changeover. Well, look at Greg Hildebrand. He was running that beauty shop all the time, and now he's letting it go gray, and he gets more compliments now than gray than he ever did with his dyed hair every month. We used to give him a bad time at coffee because we always knew when he went there the next day. Had to have a little teasing. Had to have a little teasing.
We did say that.
Hello. Mike Stearns checking in.
Mike's coming in. Yeah, there
Hello.
he is. Hey, Mike,
How are you doing, Ron?
good, thanks.
Congratulations on your hotly contested reelection.
God, that was a tough one.
You lost
I
sleep.
didn't even put a sign up because there were so many other signs. I thought, why clutter?
Exactly.
You don't have to.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that Wendy Spry put one up in our neighborhood just because she is new to the
Yeah,
coming into the council. But
it's different if it's your first go around.
yeah,
But
yeah. So it was just kind of enjoying that. So
I think Varberg was probably the winner for having the most signs around town.
yeah.
He had big signs. I had never seen such. All the years I lived in Detroit Lakes, I've never seen so many huge signs like he had. He had a fort to put in.
Yeah. Now, is Varberg the one that was going to run for mayor at that one point, but he was across the street? Wasn't there a Varberg that was trying to run for mayor? But
It's not the same one.
Thank you. Okay.
Because the one that ran for mayor isn't his wife Nancy, and she works at Bremer.
Used to. She retired quite a while ago.
It's Jim.
Okay.
Jim
Thank
Varberg.
you.
Okay. Oh yes, out there on out to the railroad underpass out there on West Beach, right? Yeah. Yep.
So I see someone joined named Heidi Osley. Is that
That is our finance director.
okay? Welcome, Heidi. And we do have a quorum. However, I've not met Heidi. There she is. We are missing just one, I guess, and that's Phil. Is he going to be out?
Yeah, Phil
won't be here, and Matt Bulkey isn't here.
Oh, Matt won't be here either. Well, we still have 1, 2, 3, 4.
We have enough. We have
enough.
5.
So with the quorum present, I'm going to call the meeting to order, a Zoom meeting, everybody. If there's a motion, we have to take a roll call. Jen has got plenty of ink in her ink pen, so don't be afraid to vote. First order of business is the minutes. They were all in your packet. Any changes, additions, deletions? Otherwise, I'll take some action.
I have read the minutes, and it seems to be the same as what we went through last meeting. So I move that they be approved as presented.
Mike Stearns, I second.
I have a motion and second to approve the minutes as presented. I'll call the roll. Ron Zeman.
Yes.
Dale.
Yes.
Mike.
Aye.
DL.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next order of business is the financials, including the payment of claims. The only question I had on that was right arm properties, that property improvement grant for $2,500. Who's right arm? Did we talk about that?
I had a question on that too.
Or did they use a different name on their storefront?
That's for lit.
Oh, lit. Yeah, we did talk about lit. I just didn't recognize right arm.
What exactly was that for?
That's for a facade improvement grant. We
Okay.
have the program set up, so the loan committee just approves those. We don't bring them back to the full board.
Okay, that's the reason why I didn't, remember that. Okay, all right. Very good,
All
okay.
right. Any other questions on the financial report or payment of claims? If not, I'll take some action.
GL here, I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that, Ron here.
Motion by GL, second by Ron to approve the financials and the payment of claims. I'll call the roll. Ron,
Yes,
Dale,
Yes,
Mike,
Aye.
GL.
Yes,
All right, motion carries. Item 4, new business. This is the, you just changed the screen, Larry. This is the COVID
You can
grant.
go back. There you go.
Yeah, COVID, small business interruption grants. Okay, that's where we are. And they were all in your packets. I made some really large copies, but of course we're not together. But
So
who wants to present, Kelsey or Larry?
I'll talk about it.
Okay, go
We
ahead.
had 63 applications that were submitted. The loan committee reviewed those applications. They determined that 24 of those applications were not eligible. And it was based on the criteria that's listed on the screen in front of you. Basically, the majority of them were ineligible because they had already received a deed grant for $10,000, which was also using the CARES money to make those awards. Another 7 were ineligible because they had received a significant amount of county CARES funds. And then the rest of them were ineligible either because they were a nonprofit organization, they had too many employees, or they were a business that was not a priority business for the grants that we were trying to give out. And so that's how we got to the 39 applicants that were awarded funds. And that's the list that you see here. The ice cream truck got that award because they had already received some county funding. The $3,000 awards were businesses that were sole proprietors, so they were very small businesses. And then the larger businesses were given the $9,000 grant award for a total of $205,094. And the resolution that we have in front of us today is to approve these loans. And it's recommended that we approve them by the loan committee. And we're asking for the city council then to allocate the CARES funds to pay these grants.
And this is a little over what the council wanted to spend, is that correct?
Well, the council originally set aside $160,000 for these grants. So we're going up to just over 200,000.
Larry, I've got a question. I had Bruce Imholt gave me a call and he was wondering what these booth renters were. Where were these businesses located?
Those are stylists who rent a chair in an existing business.
Okay, so those
and
are
run their
hairstylists.
business
Okay.
that way. And so we reduced their amount to 2,500 instead of the full 3,000.
And that was because they're a single employee entity.
Okay, that's the question there. And then the other question I had Dave from the Sandbar called, and he was wondering why he wasn't approved. He received the letter, but after you mentioning this stuff, if you could maybe give him a call over at the Sandbar and explain to him why he wasn't.
Yeah, I will do that, but my recollection is that he had received a deed grant.
Yeah, and he did mention that to me because I asked him, did you receive any of these other grants? And he said, I received a deed. I said, well,
Yeah.
I'll talk to him. We're meeting on Thursday and I'll have Larry get in touch with you. So if you could please call him, I'd appreciate it.
I will do that.
I have a question and it probably doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference. I'm just curious. So these two booth renters, did their, excuse me, did their primary business or their, I guess their, for lack of a better word, their landlord also apply for a grant? I mean, does that
In
make
some,
I assume
I'm
they're
not
independent
sure.
Contractors, but they're renting a booth at some business.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they did or not,
I can answer that.
but they could have.
The two that we funded that requested funds who were both renters, their salons did not request funding, which made the decision a little bit easier. It would have been a little more complicated if we started having every salon in town apply, plus all their booth renters. I was concerned about that, but we did not have that occur.
I guess my only thing, like you just said, I mean, this is a one-time deal, but maybe not. I guess if it goes on, I mean, I could see that down the road, you know what I mean? That would be- Not that we shouldn't do it. That's why I asked the question. I'll leave it at that. Okay.
Larry, Dale here. I got a question for you. Can
Go
you hear
ahead.
me, can you hear me, Larry?
Yep.
So were there any specific restrictions on how that money could be used?
Well, there were a lot of restrictions, but
Oh.
the state did encourage people to use at least 10% of their COVID funds to provide economic incentives. So we tried to be as broad as possible as to what these funds could be used for.
And the recipient had to provide an affidavit that they used the funds according to the regulations, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Any other questions? If not, we need to have a motion to approve the resolution that's before you.
I'll make a motion that we approve the resolution before us with the recommended businesses as they're listed.
I'll second Mike here.
Motion by Ron, second by Mike. Any other discussion?
But when will these checks go out?
Right after the council meeting. So probably November 12th, since the 11th is a holiday.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
All right, I'll call the roll. Ron,
Yes.
Dale,
Yes.
Mike,
Aye.
Gail.
Yes.
All right, I see that you have my name on there for signature. I don't know if Kelsey has signatory authority. Just so you know, we spent the weekend visiting my son and his family last weekend. He became ill on Sunday, and yesterday his COVID test was positive, and so I'm quarantined for 14 days.
Well, we will wait gladly.
Okay.
Not
Well,
a problem.
I'm stuck here in my basement. Anyway, if it can wait, then that's fine. Or you can leave it on the front step, tie it to the dog or something. Okay, next item on the agenda is, let me look at my agenda here.
I'll go back to the agenda.
Well, we're down to item 5, old business. We have the priority list and the commercial industrial property. I haven't really studied that for a couple of months. I don't think there's been any changes. Have you had any activity, anybody asking about property for sale up there at all? Any tire kickers?
Not any tire kickers at this time.
All right.
Larry, you might want to tell the guys what's happening to that old Hartman building next door to Arctic, because there's been quite a few
Well,
contractors over there.
Officially, the only thing that's happening is that they're fixing up this old warehouse, and that's all that they can be doing, although I have had some discussions previously with the owner about trying to convert that to some sort of an event center. And the real issue there is that in order to do that, they would need to provide the required parking, and I don't see how they would be able to do that at that location.
Well, I wish them luck. That building needs a lot of help.
They're busy putting in new windows and redoing, they had a whole crew up and doing a new roof, and they were working inside. I dropped off my bill over there at Arvik and I saw these guys working. They said they're working on an event center for the owners. And I was really kind of surprised, but like you said, good luck with no parking.
Ron, you probably will remember this, but that was known as the Byrate Building.
Yep, yep.
No, the Byrate building was a little bit to the west of that.
I remember that Larry
Torn
Anderson.
down.
Yeah, Larry Anderson was in that building with wood burners. And then I think Cummings had it at one time, and I don't remember what kind of business he had in there, but that's the last business I can remember being in there. But it's sat empty ever since.
Anything else for the good of the order, Ron?
None.
Okay, Dale, or he already bugged out? We lost him.
We lost him somehow.
Yeah, we did. Mike, anything?
I'm good, thank you.
GL?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Hey, how's the school enrollment doing this fall? You guys got
Yeah, we're
students?
down about 6 or 7%. Yeah, so obviously waiting to see what happens. We're still, even though the county numbers are so high, we're still continuing our labs as in-person labs because our numbers are very good in all campuses. But all 4 counties, we're in 4 counties, and all 4 of them have very, very high numbers, and which puts them in a very using the numbers or using the guidelines of the state, that creates some issues for us. But all the counties have encouraged us to continue as we are because our numbers we track our numbers weekly, and they're so low with our staff and our students. So
3,900 cases today in Minnesota again. Just the numbers just keep growing.
Well, I don't think the election was Tuesday and it's Thursday. I don't think that stopped it.
No. A lot of people thought it was going to be done after the election, but I guess not.
I guess that didn't do it. I guess that wasn't the cause of it.
Doug got it. I lost my bet on that one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and I have nothing else. That was the only thing I had. I was curious how the school was doing, but so that's it. If there's any objection, I'm going to adjourn.
Nope.
Thank you, everybody.
All right. We're adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, have a good day.
See ya.
Bye.